1. A murder takes place. Betsy finds herself under police questioning after a body is discovered, and when the detective restarts the recording, it's revealed the interview is taking place in April, confirming this episode is a flash forward. The dramatic installment unfolds across 2 timelines, cutting between present day and the shocking events leading up to the murder. As the hour builds to its climax, 5 potential victims are placed in the frame. But who will end up dead, and who is the killer? 2. Carl drops a bombshell on Ronnie. Carl ropes his mate Jez into his dangerous plan to start a fire at the Chariot Square Hotel. Posing as a handyman, Jez visits the hotel and manages to snap covert photos of the fire exits and CCTV cameras while Ronnie's back is turned. Suspicious, Ronnie later takes a photo of Jez himself and warns him that Carl is nothing but trouble. Determined to get answers, Ronnie confronts Carl, but is left stunned when Carl drops a bombshell. Debbie is his mother. 3. Debbie makes an enemy in prison. Debbie accidentally calls Lou by the wrong name, leaving her no choice but to reveal that she's living with early-onset dementia. Tensions rise when fellow inmate Paula recognizes Debbie. Lou warns that Paula is trouble, and Paula soon makes it clear she hasn't forgotten being barred from the hotel by Debbie years ago. Later, however, a different side to Paula emerges when she breaks down over being dumped by her boyfriend. Debbie offers a rare moment of kindness and comfort, but will Paula accept it, or is the grudge too deep to forgive? 4. Ronnie loses his temper. Ronnie and Kevin head to the prison to confront Debbie over Carl's shocking claim. To Ronnie's disbelief, Debbie confirms it's true. Carl is her son. Furious and feeling betrayed, Ronnie tracks Carl down and completely loses control. In the aftermath, Carl wastes no time telling Kit that he wants to press charges against Ronnie for assault, setting the stage for even more fallout. 5. Carl visits Debbie. Debbie is taken aback when a prison guard tells her she has a visitor, and is even more stunned to learn it's Carl. Coming face to face for the first time in years, Debbie vows that once she's released, she'll do everything in her power to make up for the past. But after everything that's happened, will Carl be willing to give her a second chance? 6. Sam secures more evidence. Sam tells Daniel that with Leanne away, he'll be using the flat as a quiet place to revise, but he has an ulterior motive. Unaware she's being watched, Megan tells Will they'll have the place to themselves. Keen to go, Will lies to Ben about staying at a friend's house, but Ben initially refuses. It's only after seeing Will graciously accept Daniel's apology that Ben softens and agrees. Later, Sam looks on as Megan buzzes Will into the flat, determined to gather the proof he needs. 7. Sam puts his plan into action. Sam quietly lets himself into the flat, catching Megan off guard. Once she leaves the room, he subtly clears a space on the shelf, setting the next stage of his plan in motion. Meanwhile, Megan fills Will in on Sam's unexpected arrival. Sensing a potential threat, she suggests they need to get him on side, and Will quickly hatches an idea. 8. Will is questioned by Sam. Will attempts to charm Sam by offering him vodka and suggesting they hang out. Sam plays along, using the chance to subtly probe for answers. Will insists that his relationship with Megan is strictly professional, but Sam isn't convinced. When Daniel suddenly walks in, Will bolts, leaving Sam to face the fallout. Later, Sam checks his hidden camera app and watches as Megan and Will return to the flat, unaware they're being monitored. 9. Megan threatens Sam. Sam gets his phone back from Nick, only to realize the battery is dead, leaving him unable to check the footage he's desperate to see. Elsewhere, Eva hosts a girls' night with Toya, Leanne and Megan. The mood turns awkward when Leanne jokingly accuses Megan of turning the flat into a love nest for her and Daniel. Later, Megan corners Sam and issues a chilling warning. If he tells anyone what he thinks he knows, no one will believe him. Once his phone is finally recharged, Sam opens the hidden camera app to review the footage, but what exactly has he captured? 10. David upsets Lily. At David's urging, Brian offers Lily a job as a paper girl. She's thrilled at the chance, until David lets slip that he'll be glad to have her out from under his feet in the mornings. Hurt by his careless comment, Lily's excitement evaporates and she angrily dumps the newspapers in the bin. Later, Hope retrieves the discarded papers and returns them to Rita. But when Hope tries to sweet-talk Rita into helping her get her Duke of Edinburgh badge reinstated, a tactless joke about Rita's age quickly backfires. 11. Jodie plays Hope against Brian. Jodie takes Lily to the cabin to apologise to Brian, but it's obvious the apology isn't sincere. Unimpressed, Brian refuses to reinstate her paper round. Later, Jodie vents to Hope about the way Brian and Rita treated Lily. When Hope jumps to their defence, Jodie subtly sows doubt, suggesting they're only ever nice to her face. Her words begin to take root, especially when Hope later overhears Brian and Rita discussing her troubled past. 12. Mal shocks Bernie with an invitation. Mal proudly shows Brian the crystals he's bought, but Bernie suspects they're nothing more than a transparent attempt to impress her. Already on edge, she snaps at Jodie, who quickly realises Mal is the real reason behind her mood. Elsewhere, Mal quizzes Chesney about Bernie's favourite crystal, clearly determined to get it right. But Bernie is left stunned when Mal boldly suggests they head back to the flat for some private time. 13. Maggie meddles with Lauren and Ollie. Maggie admits to Ben and Eva that she deliberately scheduled Lauren to work, all to sabotage her date with Ollie. Later, when she catches Lauren flirting instead of focusing on her duties, Maggie quickly steps in and orders her back to work. But how far will Maggie go to keep them apart? 14. David catches Jodie and Carl. David is stunned when he walks in and finds Jodie and Carl together at home. He immediately orders Carl to leave, but while David fumes, Jodie can't hide her satisfaction at finally having his full attention. Tim is jealous. Tim is left bristling when he walks into the Rovers and finds Steve deep in conversation with Ben. Seizing a moment alone with him, Tim pointedly reminds Ben that he is Steve's best friend, making it clear he's not ready to share the title.